Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Just type into the chat room. I just need to know if you all can hear me. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Just type into the chat room. I just need to know if you all can hear me. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Well, welcome to VWise. We are so excited to be working with all of you. My name is Sandra Gonzalez, and I'm your instructor for the online course. I am also a VWise graduate. When I went to VWise back in 2013, my business was actually just an idea. I had no idea whether or not it would even work. And to be honest, I couldn't even design e-learning to save my life back then. So it was because of this course specifically, as well as the Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans families and Boots to Business, that I was able to take my idea, get it off the ground, and get it to where it is today. So I am looking forward to working with all of you and hoping to see as many success stories come out of this class as possible. Today we're going to talk about Blackboard, go over the assignments, and then answer any questions that you guys may have. Just a little bit more about me. I was an Army nurse. I was an officer in the Army Nurse Corps, and I got out as a captain. I ended up getting promoted to major in the Individual Ready Reserves. I'm also a military spouse. I've been married for 24 years. And so my husband and I have 6 kids, and I've been running my business from home while I've been teaching my kids from home also. So there's a lot of flexibility with being your own boss, running your own business. And I hope that you get out of this course whatever it is that you're looking for. And I want to make sure that I'm meeting your expectations and helping you to find the right resources that you need. Okay, great. I'm going to keep looking at the chat room. And before we start, the one thing I do want to ask everyone is to please make sure you have closed your Blackboard. If you're on the classroom right now, if you have it open in a browser, if you can just close it out for me, because I'm going to walk you through it, and every time everybody's on there, it shuts down. So if you can do that for me first, I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to go through the online course. Hold on one second. Let me find the right button. Okay, good. It's great to see so many of you guys on here. All right, let's go to Blackboard. A lot of you have already logged in. Okay, if you haven't, don't worry, you're not behind at all. When you click on the link that was sent to you in the email, it's going to bring up this screen. So there's 2 buttons. This is for the regular university login. What you are all going to check is other Blackboard users. So once you click on that, it's actually going to bring up another login page, and this is where you type in your login credentials that were sent to you. Okay, once you've done that and you've logged in, it's going to bring you to this front page. And this is where you're going to be able to find the course as well as reminders about what's due every single day. Okay. All right, good. I know a lot of you have already logged in, and I'm really happy to see you all chatting in the chat room. Please keep it up. Let us know where you're from, what your venture or your business concept is. And it's a great way for you all to connect before you even get to the 3-day conference. All right. So once you are in Blackboard, this question came up in one of the forums. The first thing you're going to do if you want to upload your picture is to just click on where your name should be, and then this will be blank if you haven't uploaded your picture. But once you do click on it, it's going to bring you to the global Syracuse University page where you can upload your photo. Okay, so once you're here and you see this this page, it's under this button called Settings and Privacy. Just click on it, and then you can upload your picture here. I want to encourage you to share as much information about yourself as possible. Right here, I would include links to your website. Okay, I'm not actually going to save this. Your website, all of your social media profiles, because it's just another way for everyone to connect with one another. And if you have a specific question for me about your venture, this is the first place I'm going to go and check out all of your all the links that you've posted here, because it helps me to understand what you're doing. Okay, so let me go ahead and close this out. So that is how you upload your photo and update your profile. Okay, to get to the course, there's so many different ways to do this. Again, this is the front page. It's mostly for the Syracuse University and staff, but it gives them access to all of their courses. You will only have the one, and you can click on it either here or even further down right here to VY's Atlanta. Okay, the other way to get to it is under courses. It'll show up again here. And before we actually get to the course, I want to talk about some of the other features here. Now, again, here's another link to the course. And then if you click on these different icons, it'll show you other features of this learning management system. So that was the home button for Blackboard, and it'll give you a rundown of all the assignments that are due, as well as the posts that have been submitted, the most recent ones by your classmates. Okay, so that is the front page of the little Blackboard home button. And then if you click on this button here that says posts, then you can customize this. If you want to see what everyone is writing, just click on all, or you can also tag each other. Okay, so now you can see if somebody is actually asking you a question or commenting on one of your threads. And then there's a custom button right here. And well, this is mostly if you're involved in more than one course, but this one is specifically for, you know, for VY's Atlanta. Okay, I have also, okay, this one is, you probably are not going to need this, but if you want to see the updates, it's going to be here, and then it'll bring you to the actual course, okay, whatever it is that you click on. The one thing that I do want to show you is the calendar. Okay, so what I have already done is I put all the due dates in here just to make it a little bit easier for you to find. I'm also going to go over the syllabus later, and it will also have all the same information. But right here is more of just a calendar view, which makes it a little bit easier to find. So once you actually click on it, it's going to bring up the description. Sometimes it'll let you go there, but I don't think this one will let you do that one. Okay, no, so this isn't going to bring you there. But for those of you who want the link, if you click right here, it's going to give you a link where you can copy and paste it into whatever online calendar you're using. Okay, so this you would just put into your calendar feed, and then it'll populate automatically. Okay, so anyway, that is just a quick rundown on all of these features. If you share your profile, okay, great. Oh, I'm so glad that you all are using this. This will make it a lot easier for you to find each other and to connect. So I'm actually going to go to the course right now so we can go through this. All right, good. Okay, Rhonda, I see your question. I don't know if this has to do with Blackboard or not, but there is a way, and actually let me go through that right now. I think everybody might be experiencing this where you're getting a lot of emails, or they're just not going through on your phone, or just or on any of your email features. So what we're going to do now, if you click on your name and you go down to settings, okay, this is where you can edit your notification settings. So if you click on that, it should be under edit general settings, and it can tell you, this is where you can actually select how often you want to receive these emails. Most of the time, we recommend doing the daily email digest, where you just get a list of emails that are coming from here, or you can just turn this off automatically. I'm not even sure if this will let you. Okay, this might not. I'm going to actually, Jim is the best person to ask about that, because I'm not sure if this is going to everybody's emails. Okay, so you may want to ask him if you're getting too many of these emails from Blackboard. Some of the functionality is limited because we are not Syracuse University students, and so there are some things that we can't turn on and off like we could if we were actually enrolled in the university. But this is where you get to that feature. Let me just show you really quick. There should also be tools under here. Okay. right, this is a new learning management system for us. We were using a different one before, so I'm going to be learning some of this along with you. And as we figure it out, as we go along, we will keep you updated, okay? But most of the settings that you will need to adjust are right here under settings and under either notification or personal information. And there's not too much that you'll be able to edit under here. Okay, it won't even let you update your password. So if you do need to update a password, you'll need to email Jim at ivmf@syracuse.edu or whatever it is. Okay, so let's go back to the course. Okay, once you're in here and you select VWise Atlanta 2019, this is how it is divided up. Let me turn this off because my screen is going to look different from yours. You shouldn't see any of this on your screen, but you will see all of these blue buttons. And that's really all you need. So if you click on the home page, it brings you to the entire course. But this is the fastest way to get to all the hyperlinks for YouTube. And once they actually are done processing, like once this broadcast is done, it will just automatically create the replay video. And all you do is click on this link here or on the cheat sheet that I sent you, and then you'll be able to watch the replay video at your leisure. Okay, same thing with next week and the week after. We will have live office hours on Tuesday evening, and then you can just click on the links. Okay, so again, the home page takes you through the entire course, all 15 days. So instead of scrolling all the way up and down trying to find what you need, the easiest way to do it is just go to the week tabs, week 1, and then it breaks it down by day. So it's a little bit easier this way. Okay, so everything that you need is hyperlinked. Okay, so again, this is day 1, and there are several different ways to get to the discussion forums. It's either up here on this button, or there are also some links, broken down by each day. Okay, and then the course files, they're on the first page, but the easiest way to get to that also is by selecting the content. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you just so you can see. Okay, once you are in the content page, it will have all of the files that were sent to you, I think in the email before the class even started. Okay, so you should already have these, but they are available here in case you can't find it. So this includes the syllabus as well as the PDFs of the books. Okay, the nuts and bolts of great business plans, and then the reading assignments for the new business road test, as well as the introduction to business ownership. You will have a few assignments here in the nuts and bolts, but that usually isn't until the end. But everything that you need is here. If you forget where this link is, and this is one of the first assignments, but later on you will have access to this classroom for a year after VWise Atlanta ends. This will give you the link to the NAICS Code Industry Guide. Okay, you might need this later. Okay, and the other thing that I do want to talk about is the IVMF resource library. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. So this is a great resource for you, and I just want to tell you about it so that you can bookmark it so you don't have to go through the Blackboard site to find it. But as you go along, even after the course ends, you'll be able to find topics on everything related to entrepreneurship, and everything on here is free. Okay, it was designed just for all of you. Okay, so that's that link here, but all of this is under content. Some of the other things I do want to point out, okay, if you ever need to give a pitch, here's a template here, and then there are sample business plans further down. Okay, I'm just going to show you really quick. This is the pitch template. There are business plan competitions out there, or if you just want the practice to practice going through this, this is what is on the content page. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I just highly recommend just downloading everything, putting it in some sort of cloud drive, and then you'll always have access to it. Okay, these business plans, they may not apply to you, but they're still good examples. So these are all on here under the content link. Okay, and it'll bring you to everything that you need. All right, so let's go to the discussions. All right, This might be what is clogging up everybody's emails. And I think it depends on what you are subscribing to. So once you are in the forum, and I'm going to talk about these here. Wow, 157 posts. Okay, that's probably what's going on. There's 6 of them that you have to complete. All right, I'm going to go through these. The I Made It forum, that's your introduction. The idea hot wash, that tells us about what you are doing. Okay, niche thyself. This talks about niche marketing. That's going to be really important. We'll talk about that more later. And then types of marketing, as well as your network, and then leveraging your network. So those are the 6 that you have to submit to, okay? And they will be tracking to make sure that you are actually getting it done. And you'll get a grade. It's just pass fail. Once you actually submit something, you're going to pass. Okay, so just make sure that you are actually doing the post, and if you can reply to at least 2 of your classmates' posts, except for this forum here in the I Made It forum, you can just reply to as many as you want. That will help you to connect with everybody in your class. Now, these other 2 forums are optional. So ask the class, meaning you have a question for your classmates. Maybe you want to see who else lives in Georgia or another part of the country and you want to meet up. This is the best place to ask that question. Okay, if you have a specific question for me that you think that your other classmates may benefit from, then please do ask me in this forum, the Ask the Expert forum. I am by no means an expert, but I will make sure that I can at least find you the right resources so that you can get your questions answered. So those questions in this forum are addressed specifically for me, okay? All right, so I hope this makes sense. So let's go ahead and go to the I Made It forum. Okay, once you are in this forum, you actually can subscribe to a post. It's not showing. Here it is. Here's the subscribe button. I don't recommend this unless you were subscribing to an individual post. So I'm going to click on this first one. So if you're if you wanted to reply to this one, okay, and this one is from Linda. I don't know if it'll let you reply to an individual thread. I may go ahead and see if we can change the settings so that you can subscribe to one thread, but it should automatically notify you up here, okay, in those individual forums. And that way you can see if somebody has replied to you or is trying to get a hold of you. There's all sorts of different ways to do this. But as far as subscribing to a whole forum, a whole individual forum such as this one, I don't recommend it. And that might be what is clogging up your email. Okay, so anyway, that's how you do that. To create a post, it's right here, create a thread. You do want to create an individual thread. So this was my fault. What happened earlier was I made my post, and then several people created their welcome posts, their introductions right underneath mine. It is much easier if you create your own individual thread so that people can find you. All right, just like this. Okay, the other thing I need to mention was we had a glitch this morning because this is not a Syracuse University class, meaning that we are not enrolled students. They moved all the students to a different, I'm not even sure what it is, a different part of this learning management system. So if you posted a discussion this morning before 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, your discussion is going to be listed as anonymous. And I can't even, some of these, if you didn't put your name on it, and this is not to pick on anybody, but her name is here, but there are some of these other posts where I can't see your name, and so I can't give you any credit for it. And so I apologize for that. That was a fault on our part because of the system change. I'm going to try and figure out who these people are. Some of them are under my forum, okay? But if you can either, I don't even know if this is going to work, but if you select change author, hopefully it'll show your name and your picture here. Otherwise, it's going to keep showing up as anonymous and people aren't going to be able to find you. So if you were one of these ones who, one of these hard chargers who did that this morning and posted early, I apologize for this, but if you can reach out to me so we can somehow fix this and you can get credit for it, that'll be great. Plus everyone will be able to find you. Okay, good, Debbie. Yeah, I know yours was on here. Thank you for for being so helpful and resubmitting. I know a couple of you have already done that. So I just wanted to go over that. But again, the key thing about this is don't subscribe to this one forum, because there'll be at least 600 posts by the end of by the end of this week. Okay, there'll be like 6 of these pages instead of just 3. So again, with this post, please reply to as many of your classmates as possible. Okay, so you can get to know one another. Now, when you get to the other discussions, it's not as critical, but I do want to encourage you, like in the idea hot wash. Okay, good, excellent. So people are posting here and they're putting their industries, because what's going to happen is that everyone's going to want to connect with people either in their industry or in a similar industry, and this is the best way to do that. So thank you. Oh, I know somebody posted early here, and again, so you might, if you can see if just by selecting change author, if it will bring up your name, then that'll be great. So Kim, I know you had already done this in this discussion forum with the I made it. So both Jim and I made this mistake. Like I selected, let me go back and find my post just so you can see what happens. If you, here's Kim's. It was somewhere in here. But anyway, I selected somebody's post and I changed, somehow I selected change author, and then my profile showed up instead of theirs. Okay, Jim also did the same thing, and we can't remember which students it was that we did this to, but that's what happened. So if that was you, I want to go ahead and apologize for that. We're trying to figure out how to fix all this. But if it's too hard to do that, just let me know if it was you, and I'm going to give you credit for whatever you turned in. But anyway, these do need to be fixed. All right, so let's finish up in the discussion board so I can go over the assignments and you all can ask me any questions. All right, for the rest of these are pretty straightforward. 1, 2, 3. There's about 3 videos that you need to watch, and then you can just put in your reflection about those. These will not take you a lot of time, and you can actually finish the course in a week. It doesn't take that long to do the homework assignments. The key thing is you still need to be replying to one another so you can get the value of the networking as well as learn from one another. Okay, so that is pretty much how the how Blackboard functions. Are there any questions at this point about the online classroom? Okay, I'm going to keep talking, and I'm also going to keep looking over the chat room in case there are any questions. Okay, good. All right. I think that is pretty much it for this. If you have any questions, just let me know about Blackboard. Okay. I don't think there's anything else here that we need to cover. What I do want to show you now is to talk about some of the homework assignments. Okay, so before the orientation started, I sent out an email. I don't know if a lot of you got it. I got a lot of returned emails. So if you didn't get this, what I'll do is I'll just post it on the front page of the classroom so that I'm not overloading your emails. But this has the schedule with all of the links for the rest of the webinars for this class. Okay. All right. So even if you can't make it, it will be the replay video will be on the same link. So all you have to do is just click on it. When we have the office hours next week and the week after, this is the format. We're going to spend about 45 minutes on YouTube. Okay, so you'll watch via the live stream, and you can ask me any questions that you want through the chat forum. And then after 45 minutes, we're going to end the broadcast that is on YouTube. And what has been working well is going to Zoom. We'll still be able to see each other, but that one is not recorded. And I find that there's more participation in this one just because it's not recorded. And you'll still be able to see my screen. We'll be able to see each other. And if there are any concepts that we need to work through, we can do that on Zoom. So we'll be doing this again next Tuesday, and then the following Tuesday from 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 8 p.m. So it was about 90 minutes that we have live office hours, so I can answer any of your questions. Okay, let me see. So someone asked, if you submit work and then you forget to add something, how do we resubmit? So let me go ahead and talk about the syllabus so you can see what is due. The only things that you actually have to turn in, and here are the assignments, are the discussion board posts, okay? If you want to redo any of those, let me go back to Blackboard, and I'm going to go to the discussions. So once you actually create a post, I'm going to go to mine. It will let you edit it. Okay, so when you hover over your post, it'll bring up these hidden tabs, and then you can edit your post and then submit. If you want people to actually to read it, because sometimes we won't be able to find it, especially in this forum, the I Made It forum, because it's so big. I would actually create a new post. Okay, and I want to encourage you to use the Ask the Class forum, because that's the best way for you all to connect with each other. And you'll be able to see the new posts that go on there, as well as how many are unread, or if there are any posts that are directed towards you. So just keep checking back with this every day. I don't even know if there's a way to turn off all the email notifications, but that should help clear up your inbox. Okay, so this is the fastest way to see where the new posts are and if anybody's trying to email you. Okay. All right, there was a question about Zoom. Do you have to download Zoom? No, and that's exactly why I like using this, this platform. All you have to do is click on the link. And I use this with my elementary school students, and it is so easy for them, okay? Their moms click on the link, they're online, and we teach and we have class. Okay, great. The question is, I don't see the place to sign into the Blackboard. So for the Blackboard Learning Management System, again, if you click on the link that was sent to you in the first email from Kiara, use the other Blackboard user button, okay? So it's 2 steps. Once you click on this step, unless you bookmark this link right here, then it will bring you to the login page, okay? I just wanted to review that just in case you're joining us now. And sometimes for those of you who have not taken an online class in a while, it takes about a week to learn each new system or each new platform. Okay, so that's how that works. So once you are on Blackboard and you log in, it'll bring you to this front page here. It should be this page. Actually, it'll be this front page, and then you can get to the course, right? So this is nice because there is a breakdown of everything that is due. And if you just click on each day, whatever day you're on, it'll bring you directly to that, or it should. Okay, and this is not actually showing it. Let me see if it'll let you. It's almost easier to just go back. This is bringing up a different view. Okay, this one has the tabs. This is the easiest way to walk around, or at least to get around in the classroom. Okay, good. What other questions can I answer about either Blackboard or any of the other platforms that we are using? And I know that we're using at least 3 different ones, but this is how we communicate online now. But YouTube is mostly for, well, one, because it's easier for everyone to use. But once we get to Zoom, that's a lot more private. It gives us a chance to actually work through your concepts. All right. Okay, let's go through the assignments. It's almost 5:30 my time. Let's go ahead and go through the assignments. So again, did anyone get this? Did anyone get the email that I sent before the webinar, the live stream started? Okay. I will just post this on the front page of Blackboard, so you can just download it and put it on your desktop, and it's always handy, okay? All right, let me keep answering these questions. Do you have to use your Google account or your business account? If you're going to participate in the live stream, yeah, I can't show you YouTube right now, but if you're going to participate on YouTube and you want to participate in the chat, if you all go actually look at the chat room, yes, you will need your Google account. But once we start using Zoom, you don't need to use Google. You can just use any old account. And this will be sent to whatever email that you gave us when you signed up. So just click on it, and you don't need any account whatsoever. Okay, good. Oh, okay, good. It did go through. Some of you, it didn't go through. I got a bunch of returned emails when I sent this. So I'm not sure. I'm probably the one responsible for clogging up your email box. But anyway, I will put it online so you can just download it. All right, good. All right. So half of you did and half of you didn't. Don't worry. I will put it up tonight so that you have it available. Let's go ahead and talk about, I'm going to pull up this little cheat sheet here. So this is what we're talking about today. So we've done introductions. I hope you all get a chance to talk to each other online and maybe even connect before the course. This was a great course when I went through it more than 5 years ago. And I know when they had the reunion, a lot of us have stayed in touch. We have our own closed Facebook page. And there just have been a lot of lifelong friendships that have come out of this. So I want to encourage you to reach out to one another before you get to the conference, because I think some of those friendships started before you actually physically met. So this is a great group. This class is no exception, and I think you're going to get a lot out of this course. So we've done introductions. Just so you know what to expect from me, you will get a daily email reminder. So if for some reason you have to drop this course, you will need to reach out to Kiara or Deanna and just to let them know about that, that you need to disenroll, and just CC me on it so I can remove you from my distro list, okay? Otherwise, you're going to keep getting these reminders every day for 3 weeks. The assignment due dates, they are due. The discussion forums are the only things that you will actually turn in. They're due by midnight Eastern Standard Time, the day that they're assigned. The calendar on Blackboard wasn't really working that well. It was showing me a due date for the day after. Just follow the syllabus. It is right here. The easiest way to do this is to go to the last page on the course schedule table, and it'll give you all the due dates for there. Okay, if you're running behind or if stuff happens, you need an extension, just let me know. I am happy to accommodate you. Just make sure that that you are letting me know so I can make these accommodations for you, okay? All right, let me make sure I'm covering everything. The questions from Mullins. So now I want to go over some of the readings. So Mullins looks like this. This is the front page. It's the 5th edition. Okay, the questions are always at the end of the chapter. So chapter 1 has no questions at the end, but chapter 6 does have the questions, and I think they're on page 159. Let me just make sure it is, it's on there, but it's also on here because I typed this in. So page 169, and here it is. So if you have the actual books, it's at the end of the chapter. And for everybody else, if you just have the PDF, it usually looks like this, okay? All right, good. Oh my goodness. Somebody else asked me this question about how do you change your first and last name? If you can file a ticket with Jim, a help desk ticket, I don't know if the names got loaded backwards. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but you're not the only person who has asked me that question. So Jim does take care of all the tech support, so he should be able to help you with that. Okay, the other question, did we get that book in the mail? When you signed up for VWise, you had the option to order the actual physical book, and I believe that you should have gotten it already, although I don't handle that part of the course. That's all Kiara and Deanna. So you would want to reach out to them about that. Okay. All right, good. Great question. Okay, so anyway, do the best you can on these assignments. I know that this book was designed for the actual business courses, but it gives you a good overview of just everything related to starting a business. Okay. All right, good. So the books already came in the mail, and some of you have already received them. I don't know which books they are sending out. So that's a great question for Kiara or Deanna. Okay. The book and the current syllabus do not match. Do you have the 5th edition, Rhonda? Which book do you have? Some of these we've gone through several VYs and EBV classes, and this book, the editions have been updated several times, and so the page numbers may not always match the new book. So just know that whatever lesson it is that you're supposed to be working on, the page numbers are always at the end of the chapter. Okay, so if you are using the online version of the book, so this is a great question because this happens with every single class. I'm going to go back to content, and I'm going to, here, we haven't looked at the nuts and bolts guide. If you are using this PDF viewer, the pages will not match. Okay, it counts the cover as the front page. So you actually have to physically download it. So I've already done that. So when you get to the real PDF, this one, then they should match. Okay, let me just double check here. But here it is, the nuts and bolts guide. I'm gonna have to download it just to double check. Let me go ahead and download this really quickly. This one starts off with Roman numerals, so that's why this one wouldn't match. But I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so this one probably, yeah. When you download it to your desktop or wherever you're going to save it, if you expand the bookmarks bar, then you should be able to find the different chapters. That might be an easier way. It's supposed to take you to that page. This isn't really working. Okay. So it might not match for the nuts and bolts guide. Okay, it should, because this is page 2 and this is page 1. Let me double check the syllabus. I updated all the ones from Mullins because those are most of the where the assignments are at. But as far as nuts and bolts, they may not match. Okay. Just let me know if there's any issues here and I'll help you find the right page. Okay. All right. Where's the course table located on Blackboard? Yvonne, the course table is on your syllabus. So I know you all are drinking from a fire hose right now. There's a lot of information, but it is on the last page of the syllabus. Okay, it looks like this. This is the front page. Okay, if you go to the very last page, it'll be here. Okay, it's the last 2 pages, and that is where you will find the table. This is the easiest way to find out what's due, unless you are on Blackboard, and then you can just go to the calendar. Let me just go to the home page. Yeah, for you, you won't see all this. Let me see where it's under this gray bar, and your calendar looks like a calendar. It's above the smiley face. So if you're on Blackboard, this is where you can see where all the assignments are due. If you don't have Blackboard open, use your syllabus. Okay, it's right here. It's on the last 2 pages. Does that make sense? Okay, so Rhonda, you have the 5th edition. Where's Jacobia's question? Is it too late to request the books? Check with Deanna and Kiara. I'm not sure which one of them is doing it, but I honestly don't know. Check with them and see if it is not too late to order the books. Okay. Can I focus in on my screen? What you will actually need to do on YouTube, there is a little cogwheel for settings. If you click on that, and I can't actually show it to you because it's on the other screen. Let me see if I can drag this over. Can you all see my screen with all of you? Okay, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. This might not work. I'm going to just hover right here. Okay, so I can see it. There's a little cogwheel at the bottom for settings. If you click on that, and then if you click on, it should be the quality. Click on one of the higher numbers, and then it should bring everything into focus. Does that help? Okay. All right, good. So everybody has the 5th edition. All right, let me talk about some more of the homework assignments. Okay, this is the feasibility analysis tool. Okay, so this is one of the homework assignments. Again, you can download it from Blackboard. It should have also been sent to you, I believe. I was not part of that email. When you open this up, again, download it to your desktop, because then you can fill it in. So if you, I'm just going to expand this. It's right here under comments. If you click on that, it's going to bring up these extra tools. Just select the text. This is if you want to fill it out online. This is the easiest way to do it. And then you can type in this. All right. Okay, so this is how you write on it with the comments feature. Anyway, the reason I'm pointing this out is because this is one of the things that you will not turn into me. This is something that you will work on with your business counselor one-on-one. And this is a lot of work to do a feasibility analysis, but this basically answers the question, will my venture, will my concept work, whereas the business plan explains how you will actually make your concept or your venture work. All right. This I recommend for all of you to do, even if you're already in business and you're trying to scale, because it breaks it down into each individual section. So it makes it actionable. Like if you need to just explore new markets, this is where you can do it here. And next week and the week after during office hours, I'm going to be sharing some tools that will help you with your industry and your market research, okay? And then you would actually be typing it in here, and then you can go over it with either a counselor or a mentor or an advisor, okay? So I hope that this part makes sense. But this is one of your homework assignments. It just won't get turned into me or to anybody at IVMF. But this is something that you can bring with you to the conference and have some of those industry experts go over with you during office hours, okay? All right, the other thing that, let me see. We've talked a little bit about the nuts and bolts guide. If you've been through other IVMF programs, this really hasn't changed much, but it is still a very good resource for helping you to plan out your business. And it's not, this course and the rest of the courses are not specifically so much about writing a business plan. It is more for helping you to go through the planning process, because it's the same regardless of whether or not you started another business, which is very common for our graduates. What it really does is it helps to guide you. And then if you decide to start another business, change course, it gives you all the tools that you need to be able to do that. Okay, so that's what this is about. All right, let me go ahead and go back to the chat feature. Do you need an extension on homework? If you do, just please reach out to me and let me know your individual circumstances. And yes, I'm happy to provide accommodations. Okay, good. All right. Are there any other questions about the homework assignments? Let me go ahead and go back to my agenda to make sure that I'm covering everything that I wanted to talk about. All right, so we talked about the anonymous posts. I will be reaching out to you all. Hopefully we can get this all straightened out and I can figure out who submitted those, especially if your name is not on there. And then we talked about how you can edit or delete posts. All right. When you are using Blackboard, it is designed to work better with Chrome and Firefox. So if you're using a different browser and it's not working so well, definitely try and switch to Chrome or Firefox. Okay. Okay, somebody asked, what if these people, who are labeled as anonymous. If they don't post, you'll be hearing from me in the next few days. It'll just be a general email, so you'll get some reminders. And hopefully by the end of the week, I should have grades done for at least the first forum. So if you haven't received a grade either by next week, then you definitely need to reach out to me, okay? Because more than likely you are in that group who posted early, and then they switched you guys over, and then now you they labeled you as anonymous, and there's no way for me to be able to track where it came from. Okay, good, very good. All right, don't forget to keep replying to your classmates, at least two posts per forum, except for the I Made It forum, okay, even if you finish early. And then the individual assignments, which were, again, right here in the syllabus on the last 2 pages. All right, those individual assignments can be reviewed with a business counselor or a mentor or an advisor, okay? All right, super. What other questions do you have for me? Let me, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for right now. Let's see if I can find everybody. Okay, this is a really good question. How can you answer these questions if you have not started a business? Do you have a concept? Do you have an idea of what you would like to do? This course and some of the other courses were designed with they actually work better if you have a concept. So even if it's something that you don't even think you're going to carry out, that's fine. You just need the practice of doing it. Okay. So please reach out to me if you're not sure what you want to do. We're going to work on something together. And then at that point, you should be able to answer these questions, because the process is the same no matter what industry you are in, even if you were a nonprofit. I know that this question came up in one of the forums. Will there be information about nonprofits during this class? Yes and no. It's generalized because everybody is in a different industry, although, and Deanna's not here, but she's the one who can answer that question. I think in the past they've brought in some speakers who can address some of the nonprofit issues. But I do have some resources for you if you are running a nonprofit or are part of a nonprofit. But at the end of the day, all of the business practices are the same, okay, regardless of whether you are for-profit or nonprofit, because it's really about managing your operations. Okay, great question. Okay. Well, I think that's excellent that you are already ahead, Yvonne, and that you've already met with a mentor and advisor. And I want to just encourage you to keep connecting with as many industry experts as you can, because you're going to need them. People are only an expert at one thing, and you're going to need advice on everything. So good, you are already a step ahead. Okay. And I think that is one of your homework assignments, where you are to connect with counselors through either the SBA, SBDC, your VBOX, the women's centers, and you'll actually get to meet some of them when you are there in Georgia. Yes, you are going to want to narrow down your concept. You're going to need to either email me, or you're going to have to put it into the Ask the Expert forum, because that way I can use your example to help your classmates. Good, great question. All right. Y'all, I am not going to be at the conference in Atlanta, so make sure that you use this time together during the next 3 weeks to ask me any of the questions that you want. I have spoken with students over the phone. Your best bet is to make sure you are on office hours next week, especially when we meet on Zoom, because then I get to meet with you face to face. I get to connect you with some of your classmates who are doing something similar to you. Okay, and then this makes it a really meaningful experience. We've always had a great group of VY students. I've reached out to graduates from the past and asked them to help students in whatever current class I was teaching, and they've been more than gracious to do that. All right, good. What is going to happen at the conference? A lot, a lot of great things. I would love to be there, but this is this is my busiest time of the year because all the parents are shopping for curriculum and they want to sign up their kids with good instructors. So I'm sorry, I won't be able to see you all. Okay, what is your industry? My industry specifically, or are you speaking to your classmates? My industry is overlapping as well as yours probably will be. So I compete in internet publishing. I'm actually an educator. I design e-learning. When I started my business, I couldn't design e-learning to save my life. Okay, so I am competing in several different industries, and you all will be too. What time is it? It's 5:50. How do we connect with mentors? Excellent, excellent question. I would stop by your local small business development center or your SBA, tell them what you're doing, ask for those industry reports, and then say, who can you connect me with that can help me with, and then fill in the blank. Okay, very good. If you have several different businesses or concepts, I'm going to type this in. I want you to go to the Secretary of State for your state. You can establish your business in the state that is favorable to your industry. Okay, and you can speak with the attorney that's going to be at VWise in Georgia during the conference, and they can talk you through that. Okay, SCORE is also an excellent resource. They have mentors there for, I think, for most industries, but that's a starting point. Okay, for those of you who are already established entrepreneur organization, the EO is another good resource. Okay, that's another good place to meet other mentors. The SBDC, very good. Super. You guys are already answering each other's questions. Yes, you have a holding company. Can you, can you type that into the Ask the Expert forum? And that way I can look at it. I'm also going to look at your posts. The more detail you can put into your posts, the more detailed feedback I can give you, okay? If you are applying for a patent, a trade secret, we don't want to know about any of the things that need to be confidential in those, but just give us the general information. Okay, this happens in every class. Somebody has got some sort of secret proprietary venture going on, and then they can't tell anybody anything. You need to be able to know what you can share and what things that you're not going to share, but you got to get the feedback on whether or not people like your concept, whether they're willing to pay for it, how much they're willing to give you, and what pain point they need you to solve. Otherwise, you're going to invest a lot of money into software product development, and you don't even know if it's going to work. So make sure you figure out what it is that you can share with people, or at least give them an idea of, okay, this is what we're trying to compete with, like this toy, this baby product, or this software, whatever. What is it that you like about it? What is it that you don't like about it? And now you've not shared anything else that is going to make your business partner upset with you. Does that make sense? Okay, you're going to hear this from me a lot. I get this in every class, and I'm at a loss for how to help you. Nobody's going to steal your idea until they see you making money off of it. And then all of a sudden, people are just going to show up and want to be your business partner. I get this all the time. Y'all are going to have to learn how to deal with it yourselves too, but just make sure that you have a good team, you know who you can trust, and how to keep your stuff confidential. All right, good. Oh, good. We have a SCORE mentor in our group. Everyone, reach out to Alice. Super. Very good. Yeah. The feasibility analysis tool will help you to narrow down your idea, and that's why we walk through that. Okay, I'm going to give you some tools to help you get the homework assignments done, and the numbers are what is basically going to tell you whether or not it's going to work. Super. Good. We have some great concepts out here. Home staging or event planning. Great. Good. If you have several different concepts going on, you can do DBAs. Okay, I'm going to type this in. It's called Doing Business As. The abbreviation is DBA. This is something that you will apply for through your Secretary of State. What's good about this is that if your sales are seasonal, maybe somebody had like a lawn mowing landscaping company in one of the EBV classes, and to mitigate his risk during, the wintertime when there are no lawns to be mowed, especially on the East Coast where there's snow, then he also had a snow removal business. Okay, so you just got to know, your industry. You need to know ways to get around seasonality and sales, and that is what these homework assignments will help you with. And your classmates will be great resources as well. Okay, good, super. Will funding be discussed? It can be. Yes, definitely at the conference. There's an entire breakout session on different types of funding, all the way, with VCs versus debt versus equity. Okay, yes, there's all sorts of, mostly at the conference, you will have an instructor who will actually get into the details of that. Not so much during the online course, but that is an excellent question. Your local counselor will also be a great resource for you, as well as the different banks in your area. You're going to have an entire session with the SBA, and they're going to talk about the different types of loans that are backed by the government, okay, mostly for veterans, and that'll give you some idea of funding too. Okay, good. You know what? You can discuss as many different businesses as you want. Even here, I would use the hashtags on the discussion forums so you can kind of separate it out. Definitely for you, you would want to use the DBAs, because once you have established a fictitious name with your state, you can accept payment as that name. So this is one of my DBAs, is How to Win Business Plan Competitions. My other DBA is Roman Latin Rant, and that's how my parents pay me to help teach their kids phonics, Latin, and other stuff. Oh, really? Great. Yvonne teaches marketing. Okay, so now you know who does what in your class. There's some other, I know you have other industry experts in this class. I'm going to give a shout out to Krista DeKrager. She does wordsmithing. What is the right term for that? But she does resume writing, so she could help you improve your LinkedIn profile. So you have a lot of resources in this class among your classmates. So keep connecting with one another on Blackboard. Super. Oh, there she is. Krista was my classmate during EBVF, so I'm really excited she finally got a chance. I've been asking her to come to this course for years now. She finally got a chance to do it. Super. Oh, how exciting. Service dogs of New Mexico copywriting. Okay, Tiffany, you need to get together with Krista and Yvonne, because she does marketing. So if you guys get a big contract, you can subcontract out to one another. All right. So definitely use the hashtags on Blackboard. And I honestly don't even know how to message anyone on that, because it's new. We've been using Moodle for years, and now both Jim and I are lost, and we're changing the authors on the post, and now you're seeing my profile and his show up on your classmates. So that's what's going on. Thank you all for your patience with us. And I am looking forward to seeing all of you individually, both on Zoom and maybe even just over the phone. Okay. All right. It is almost 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock, and I am going to let you all go unless anyone has any more questions for me. Super. Okay. Please keep reaching out to one another. Definitely connect with me in the Ask the Expert forum, and unless it's something that you can't share, then I'll expect to hear from you via email. I look forward to seeing everybody online next Tuesday. Okay, first via YouTube, and then definitely using Zoom. And you can practice clicking on my link. That is, I have the paid subscription to Zoom. Click on that link, and then you'll be able to look around there, and I will see you guys next week. Otherwise, you'll just be hearing from me via email. All right. Very good. Take care. Thank you. Thank you again for joining us. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.